What is this? What is this sorcery? It's time for the Busch Clash again? Again? Boy, time flies when you're in the middle of a fucking pandemic, doesn't it? Except not really. Time has not flown by in this last year. But one thing we did discover before the entire world went to shit was that I like to watch races and live stream while I do it. Happened to pick that up back when the world was a normal place. Brought that with me into the pandemic. Then they took racing away for... You really think Chase starting at the rear is going to make a difference? All that's going to do is make it more entertaining when he blows by everybody in about 10 laps to win the race. When I heard that Chase was starting at the rear, I was like, really? Okay. I was like, so the race will be more entertaining now. Where have I been for 2 weeks? Working or sleeping? I've been working or sleeping. One moment. Right now, there's only one driver that owns another team. Denny Hamlin drives for Joe Gibbs Racing, but he owns his own team now, and that team is debuting this year. Somebody else is driving his car while he continues to drive the car for Joe Gibbs Racing that he's always driven. Excuse me, I was having to explain team ownership to somebody who's never watched a race before. She's curious. So Denny's going to run a special FedEx paint scheme in the 500. There's no pictures of it yet. Hey, Lori. Because that regular ass FedEx scheme that he has is pretty fucking dull. I love all the variants in NASCAR Heat 5, and it's like Denny Hamlin has like 20 paint schemes, but like 18 of them look the same. They just have a different word on the side. I miss the color-coded FedEx cars. The green one, the blue one, the maroon one. Then they had the regular one with the orange. I miss those. But branding is important. Same reason Budweiser Dale Jr. wouldn't let Budweiser wouldn't let Dale Jr. drive a Bud Light car, even though Jr. was like, hey man, I want to drive a Bud Light car because it looks cool. It'll be blue and silver. I got all these great ideas. And Budweiser was like, no. Budweiser was like, we want you to drive the red Budweiser number 8 unless we say otherwise. But thank you for your input, Mr. Most Popular Driver. Hey, Jeff. Mike Joy's voice. It is February. Boy, this is suddenly real. Mike Joy's voice. So for anybody who wants to complain about this race being on the road course, cast your minds back to a year ago when I did my first live stream for NASCAR. Mute. Remember how bad the Clash was last year before you complain about this race being on the road course, okay? I saw that orange and white car that Denny's going to drive. I can't remember the sponsor, but I saw a picture of it.
For the first time ever, the Daytona Road Course hosts the Busch Clash. 14 turns, 3.61 miles of non-stop action. The sport's biggest names under the lights. What could get better than this? It all starts now on FS1. Welcome to the Busch Clash at Daytona on FS1. Part of Speedway.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with it. Plenty of guys have done it. Dillon Hart did it when he was alive. He owned his own team that drove for someone else. He was planning on once he got into retirement, he was just going to be a team owner, so he went ahead and started the team.
No rain, though they do have
Tony Stewart was a driver owner, but he drove his own stuff. Now he's retired, but he still owns the cars. And he wanted to race in this race now, but for whatever reason he's not eligible. They changed the rules.
And then an uppercut. And a bus stop and a chicane.
I gotta get back in the mode of like watching a race. I'm kinda lost right now. All I'm saying is it's on the road course and I don't want to hear any complaints about it being on the road course. Because last year's Clash sucked. We watched that together. Some of us did. I can't remember who was here, who discovered me first last year.
Give the command for tonight's Busch Clash at Daytona. Please welcome
Oh, we're getting right to it. The Busch guy. Oh, the dude in the flannel.
Hey everyone, Busch guy here.
Busch guy.
I've been waiting a long time to say this.
The other Busch
Let's
brother.
get the season started. Drivers, start your engines!
Welcome to the NASCAR broadcast.
I bet significantly less cars end up torn up tonight compared to last year's Clash, because, let's be honest, this is a glorified test session. This race is a glorified test session, and we really shouldn't be that excited, but I'm excited anyway.
Top 10, the one and only time he was in a stock car on the Daytona road course. So,
Boyer.
here we go. No practice, no qualifying. Drop the rag. Let's go. What's your biggest concern? Flying off into turn
one moment.
But number one, knocking the rust off. It is extremely difficult to knock the rust off, ladies and gentlemen. The wintertime is a totally different thing. It's time to reset. A lot of teams, a lot of drivers are in different seats. But for
Team owners were like, you know, that Clash last year was a really expensive test session. Can you do us a solid
this feels really weird.
and put this on the road course?
I'm excited, man. You're gonna bring a lot of energy.
Oh, boy.
We're gonna have a lot of fun up here. And
How many
it's
cringe
such a
moments
great
for Jeff Gordon and
race
Clint
in the
Boyer?
class, because this race is all about fun.
Oh, but you hear Jeff's voice there get really high.
You know, and this track is very challenging. You've got a very slow infield section and technical, and then you've got these high-speed braking zones. I think it's going to be a big test for the drivers to knock the rust off, and the teams have to set these cars up, Mike.
Since 1979, they've run the Busch Clash at Daytona. It's never been run on the road course until, of course, tonight.
I'm not even going to bother making a pick for the race. You know who I think's going to win. But ooh, he's starting at the back now. I watched that dude come from like mid-pack to first twice on the Roval right in front of my very eyes. And the second time he did it with a wrecked car. That was after he'd knocked the front end in. Once again, right in front of me at Charlotte. That was the most impressive display of driving I've ever seen in person at a race. Was Chase on the Roval in 2019. That was remarkable. That and some of the moves that Mark Martin made in the 2002 600. I remember being at that race, and Mark Martin made a really great move to get the lead, drive away, win the race. Thursday, we'll get to the real fun, the qualifying races and all that. Not the glorified test session. Truex, I would expect to be strong tonight. Truex, Chase Elliott. Other than that, I think Denny's really good on road course. Denny's underrated on road courses. He doesn't get talked about much. But I would say Truex, Denny, and Chase. Those are the three guys I'd be paying extra close attention to tonight. I'm curious to see how Ty Dillon runs. Ty Dillon's driving the 23 car because Bubba's not Clash eligible and the team wanted to run the race. So I was like, hey, good move. Good for Ty. Look at me. I'm going to praise Ty Dillon for striking out on his own away from Grandpa's money and trying to make a name for himself the real way. He's got a part-time Xfinity ride this year for Gibbs, and he's got a part-time Cup ride for Gaunt Brothers Racing, which, I mean, they're fucking garbage, but it's a ride. And I don't know if he's going to run any truck races, but I know he's got a part-time Xfinity ride and part-time Cup ride. He's racing the 500, and he's racing tonight in the 23 car. Yeah, for Denny's not quite mastered the Roval, but when it comes to Watkins Glen, Sonoma, and the Daytona Road Course, he's pretty solid. I'll be really curious to see how Denny does on Road America later this year. Remember, kids, we got Road America and Circuit of the Americas. Now that the season's actually here, Bristol Dirt, Circuit of the Americas, Road America, and Nashville. New races. Bristol Dirt, I am so excited for that. I hate that I'm not going like I originally wanted to do. But I'm really excited for Bristol Dirt because it's going to be unpredictable. That's what I like, the unpredictability. Let's say, is it music video time? Did I unmute my television too soon? We'll have to wait till Thursday night for the return of Kyle Larson. Tomorrow night it's Daytona 500 pole qualifying. I'm not going to stream qualifying. But I will be watching qualifying tomorrow night. Daytona 500 qualifying is the one time of the year where I find qualifying very interesting. That and the road courses. Qualifying on the road courses I find very intriguing. But Daytona 500 pole qualifying, yeah, I'll sit there and watch them all run their boring lap. I love William Byron's new paint scheme. That is so cool. We don't have a lot of new shit tonight. Chase Elliott's in that ugly Lumar car. Eric Jones in the 43 for the first time. Now they're going to have Boyer talk to Harvick. Boyer's first in-race interview.
You got the race. It's Busch, right? Busch Clash here. Are you ready for
And
this?
then the Boyer's awkward already. I can tell he's nervous. Even though he's been in the booth before for Xfinity races, I can tell Boyer's nervous.
Okay, that's a good question. I'm not real sure what we have here. I was happy to get my seatbelt on today. My shoes are stiff, and I don't really know about this night race stuff. But, you know, I think
First ever NASCAR night race on a road course. Looks pretty cool.
got a lot of stuff to try in our car. And what the heck, man? You got nothing to do but go for it tonight. See what you have and go from there.
What's up, Janet?
I was hoping you would say for sure, Jeff and I would, we don't want to be bored up here. We want to see a show, and I know you're going to be able to put that on. Coming from the back, so good luck to you. Let's see some action.
All right, thank you.
Did he say you asked a good question? He never said that to me.
I gave him a layup. A layup.
All right, let's have a look at the Busch Clash
To me,
starting
the
grid
only
for
awkward
tonight's
part
race.
is that you're competing against your own people.
Ryan
Like you
Blaney
own your
on the
team.
pole and Alex Bowman
You own that
Chevrolet
team, but you're driving for somebody else and you're
alongside
racing against your own
Denny Hamlin,
guys.
a three-time Clash winner.
Dale
in
Earnhardt, the
Toyota,
day he
along with
died,
Brad
got wrecked
Keselowski's Ford.
blocking because he was running third and his two cars that he owned were first and
William
second.
Byron in
He
his
was
second
blocking
Clash
for them and
start
got
finished
wrecked.
8th on the road
Trying to
course
help
here
them
last
in the
summer.
race.
In his Chevy, and Tyler Reddick.
And that's how he died.
Chase Elliott, the series champion and the Rookie of the Year.
Oh, yeah. Wait.
A Chevy and a Ford.
So,
Chase will go to the
Christopher Bell's in the 20.
Eric Jones, last year's Clash winner with a banged up
Is Bell in this race?
series in Richard Petty's Chevrolet.
I didn't know
Jones
Bell was in this race. Oh,
2017 Clash winner in a Ford. Ryan Newman,
oh, no, never mind. Bell's not in this race. I don't know what I was thinking.
Matt DiBenedetto,
Yeah, you mentioned his paint scheme, and I was like, wait, Christopher Bell.
Chris Buescher, 5th on the road course here last year, and Ty Dillon.
Let's get into race mode. Hopefully this will all come flooding back to me. I feel like I don't know what to talk about. It's only been since early November.
There's Kevin Harvick.
But I'm like, what? Streaming a race is a lot different than streaming a football game. And that's all we've been doing is streaming football games.
Austin Dillon, who ran the 24 hours here a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, there's Austin Dillon.
Ricky Stenhouse Jr., both in Chevrolet.
Unfortunately, Austin Dillon's still here. That 48 car looks sexy. That's a sexy car.
Start in the Ford.
Byron and Bowman have great looking race cars. Cole Custer's car is awesome too. It's chrome.
Caution coming at lap 15, and I guess that gives you lots of strategy options.
Well, Mike, it's a 35-lap race, and with the caution coming at lap 15, you say, well, it's simple. We'll come get 4 tires and fuel on that caution. But
Larry Mack Reynolds
in the rear, Martin Truex Jr., Kevin Harvick. Now,
in the
Chase
back
Elliott,
cave.
I may have to try something
Bet that'd be fun to watch the race with all those screens in front of you.
So, Boyer, when
Me,
it
I've got a
comes to
laptop and one TV
racing, you don't have to work quickly, just
with
go
the same
for it.
tired-ass camera angles we've all been getting from Fox because sometime in the last 5 years, Fox forgot how to cover a damn
All
race.
right, let's go down to pit road, and 2 of the best patrol
Boy,
drivers
their pre-race
begin
coverage
with
was lame.
Jamie Little.
I barely paid attention to it, but I saw David Land made a note of it, and I pretty much trust almost everything David Land says.
Kyle Busch is one of those drivers after 6 years.
Kyle Busch,
Championships with Adam Stevens.
the 2012 Clash winner. I like how you can just literally take every Clash before this and throw it in the fucking trash.
From the Xfinity Series, but these two are
Hey, Kyle Busch won the same race on a totally different racetrack.
Actually, is race engineer here for 3 years, and they won some races in the Xfinity Series. This week is all about learning, and what a perfect place to do it, right here, right out of the box with the race. Regan Smith?
Well, Jamie, certainly one of the most anticipated debuts for a team that I can remember, and many people can.
is that of 2311 Racing. But the team was not eligible to run in the Clash. Driver Bubba Wallace did not make it into this race based on last season, so they reached out to Ty Dillon. Ty Dillon now driving this car. Perhaps one of the best opportunities Ty Dillon has had in the Cup car. This team said it was simply a success getting to the racetrack today. Anything else is great. If they can get some good feedback on this race car coming into a couple weeks from now, it would be awesome. The team's regular driver, Bubba Wallace, he is at the top of the pit box. He has never heard his crew chief, Mike Wheeler, on the radio. He wants to learn and get every bit of knowledge he can about what's going to happen the rest of this week.
Thanks, Regan. 14 turns, they're calling it here, counting the bus stop and the chicane and the entire infield. Where are the hot spots?
I think right there, you said
I just watched an old race the other day where Dillon was driving for his stepmom's team, but he owned his own team. And he kind of spun a guy out to win the race, and they were like, well, should we disqualify him? And Dale Jr. was like, go ahead and fucking disqualify me. I'll still win anyway, because my car that I own finished second, so he'd automatically win if he disqualified me, so I dare you, go ahead. But they didn't.
We've seen plenty of guys. I was going to say Kyle Busch is the guy that comes to mind of overshooting this one. So, and when you miss that,
you don't like Matt Black?
So it's a huge penalty. But we got wheel hop, tires locking. That's where
I love that 48 car. I'm a sucker for some purple. Whenever I'm playing GTA or something, I seem to always have a purple car. I like that 23 car. I mean, I know you said you don't like Matt Black, but I like that 23 car.
Busch Beer on Twitter and tweet #HandOnRV and #BuschSweepstakes.
So they're coming to the green. This was like the fastest warm-up I've ever seen on a road course. They ran like 2 laps.
Chase Elliott drew 7th spot, Jeff. Remind everybody, why is he starting out back?
Yeah, why is Chase going to the back?
Some kind of an issue. A lot of cars had issues going.
How about that? Hey guys, take a picture. Small spoiler on Daytona. Like right now, they're on the oval part of the racetrack. We've got cars with small spoilers on the banking at Daytona with 750 horsepower. Chase Elliott with his Hulk Hogan mustache. You know, I saw a concept the other day for an inverted paint scheme for Eric Almirola, and it looked so much better than the cars he usually drives. A Smithfield scheme with the inverted colors looked way cooler than the regular one. Here they come through that retarded chicane they added off of turn 4. Although I guess for the NASCAR stuff, it's not bad.
Prior to the competition caution.
15 laps and a competition caution, then 20 laps. 21 cars. Yay! People are going to be immediately disappointed because it's not on the oval and it's not going to be as exciting, but it's okay. It's the Clash. That 24 car does look nice. Look at Tyler Reddick, 3 wide on the outside going to 1. Joe Logano trying to follow him through. Reddick shot to the outside going to turn 1, 3 wide. It's one of the few road courses you can get away with that. There's no grass there. It's all asphalt. You can go as wide as you want. It didn't get Reddick very much. Blaney pulls ahead with the lead. Bowman and Hamlin. I keep wanting to say Johnson. It's like for the first couple of years after Jeff Burton got out of the 31, I would see Ryan Newman and call him Jeff Burton. And I'm getting that same vibe with Bowman, but at the same time, I'm doing good so far. I've called him Bowman every time. I just said I came close to calling him Jimmy Johnson. Blaney and Hamlin up front. I think Hamlin's got the speed right now. Hamlin to the inside. I don't know what turn that is. I've only watched a few races on this damn track. But they're back on the oval now, and Denny Hamlin takes the lead. There you go. Boy, it's going to be really soul-crushing when Chase Elliott comes up to the front and just passes him under green. Reddick and Bowman are side by side for 3rd. That 48 looks so cool. I love the colors. Wow, it's interesting seeing glowing brake rotors at Daytona on the backstretch as they headed towards that chicane. You've never seen glowing brake rotors at Daytona. You can see them because it's a night race, and it's a road course.
This is the chicane that I was talking about earlier. This was really difficult last year for me.
This chicane right here goes against everything these drivers know. They've raced at Daytona their whole lives. They come off turn 4 glued to that yellow line. Here they got to shoot up to the outside before they get to the exit of 4 to get the arc down into the chicane. It's very counterintuitive. And yes, you can pass below that yellow line as Alex Bowman looks under Blaney. for second. Denny Hamlin's driving away. Denny Hamlin's really put some separation. And Reddick's just taking an interesting line to turn 1. I don't think that was intentional, though.
The line narrows up right there through turn number 2. Hard to go double file through there, but they find a way.
And he shoots back to the inside. Reddick is really pushing the limit right now. He's back to the inside of Bowman, and he takes third place back.
Is there a color they didn't use on that car? I don't think so.
William Byron driving his NASCAR Heat 5 created race car. That's what it looks like. But I love it. I love having a little color on a DuPont Exalta car, whatever you want to call it.
Jimmy concluded his Cup career at the end of last season. And Alex Bowman moves over and picks up that.
Alex Bowman. Remember, 48, Alex Bowman.
You see the brakes blowing already. That'll probably get better. Obviously, they're on them pretty hard trying to figure
And
out.
Denny Hamlin
Make
is
sure
in a
they
zip
get
code
stopped
of his
and
own.
load up for the corner. They'll figure that out. Because spotters will be definitely telling
Chase
you-
Elliott's only picked up 5 spots. He's up to 16th. Like to get a camera back on where he's at. Kyle Busch is the big mover. Mike Joy just pointed that out.
He wants a review on the last time they were at this road course here in Daytona. Things did not go
I love the new graphic for the ticker at the side of the screen with the better number logos.
Absolutely. That's gonna
Joey Logano's left front is well off the ground. Did he hit the chicane?
Yeah, those curves over there really are hot. That's going to be a
So I would figure on the bank corners and the long straightaways of this road course, Logano's really going to be hurting there because that left front is up off the ground.
that's just going to pack air underneath that front splitter.
And yeah, I'm totally thrown off by Truex's paint scheme. My brain said Carl Edwards, then it said Eric Jones. Now it's saying Truex because that's who it is. And oh yeah, Joey Logano
Trying to make a move.
nearly killed his teammate in the process.
That is,
Keselowski.
yeah, that's right.
Keselowski took a really aggressive arc to the corner, and Logano had nowhere to go.
Huge curve there.
And that's all it takes. That quick.
See how stupid it is to have your cars to slow to the ground with a splitter on them?
Jamie?
And Joey Logano just radioed to his crew chief Paul Wolf and said, I don't know if it's the damage or what, but my motor sounds and feels different. So he said 10-4 on the motor. They're keeping an eye on the 22.
Those turtles, I'm not sure how high those.
Lap 3, hold up your 3 fingers. It's been 20 years. Just kidding.
Oh, absolutely. Well, it just
I will
hurts
not
a
make
little
any
bit.
Earnhardt jokes. I'm an Earnhardt
Speed
fan.
through the corners, the front end won't stay
Hold
up.
up 3
Like we
fingers.
talked about, it's his struggle. Nightmare is what it is.
You know, guys, that is not going to be something easy to fix. on that
You know, I think they could have kept the Clash on the oval. However, it needed to be shorter than 75 fucking laps. I would have shortened the Clash to about 50 laps at least. They would still tear shit up, but it wouldn't have been the long, drawn-out, boring race that it was before it turned into the wreck fest that we all laughed at.
Of the Busch Clash on the oval. It is new.
But whatever.
Richard Petty.
Next year, I bet it'll be on the backstretch short track. How much you want to bet?
Those are just by coincidence. Richard Petty's initials. William Byron.
Blaney's starting to close up on Hamlin a little bit. It looked like Hamlin was just going to take off and drive off into the knot. But Blaney's kind of closed in on him. I don't expect him to make a pass or anything. Interesting to see a road course race with 20 of the most competitive cars in the field. Oh, Kevin Harvick spun
Harvick in the grass. Harvick
in the
had
grass.
issues at this race when they raced here
Yeah,
last
Jeff
summer.
Gordon's pointing out Kevin Harvick ran like shit and had a terrible race
Couple times, one from some help from somebody
on this
else.
track
Let's
last
go back
year.
and see what happened here. Here's entering the bus stop.
Wheel hop.
Oh man, a lot of dirt in the gas.
No. There's a lot of dirt on the racetrack. Yeah, those guys will be going through the dirt. Very, very easy to do back there.
I wanted to say wheel hop, but it looks like it just locked up and spun out on it.
You know, that bus stop reminds me of the S's at Riverside, California.
Riverside, now you're talking.
Original road
Let's go back there. Oh, wait, it doesn't exist
How do you
anymore.
get through the S's?
The Clash at Riverside.
He says, you mean that straightaway that's half dirt on each side?
Well, we were actually talking about this, right, Clint, before this race started and that bus stop. And the one thing that Clint immediately you said, hey, they're going to throw dirt out there. When you throw dirt out there, if you're following somebody, you have no idea.
Logano's hanging tough. I think on the slow speed portions of the track, Logano's fine, but on those long straightaways, he doesn't have the downforce anybody has. But him and Kyle Busch have been side by side the entire race, even after he got that damage on the left front. Hold on a second. People will be bugging me. This is nothing new for one of my streams. It's not cheating. He's not winning, because if they had disqualified Dale Jr., Robbie Gordon driving the 88 car would just be declared the winner, since Jr. owns the car. So he's just the car owner, but the other guy would still win, but Jr. could still say, ha, I still won anyway, kiss my ass. You know? But the driver driving the car gets the credit for the win, not the owner. So, yeah, clash on the road course. That's what we expected, right? Let's go to Twitter so we can have something to do during the commercial. Harvick still in late 2020 form. Shut up, Eric. The great David Land likes this better than last year. I mean, I like it already better than last year's Clash, yes. Tyler Reddick was definitely driving his ass off those first few laps. Shout out to the portable lot crew. Could have used them at the Roval last year for that Xfinity race, right? Because the Daytona road course is lit, but not entirely lit, if I'm not mistaken. We have our first commercial break of the year. I hate commercials during my racing. Even if nothing's going on, what the fuck are you going to commercial for? Now I'm going to get really bored. It's a cute beagle, though. There's a beagle in this commercial. Sir Dennis of Hamilton. Ryan Blaney, the single most disappointing driver in NASCAR besides Matt DiBenedetto. But at least Blaney has a future. So I give Blaney a bit of a break. Matt DiBenedetto, win a race or two this year, or I never want to fucking hear about you again, dude. I'm telling you. Nothing against you, Matt DiBenedetto, but I'm tired of hearing your fucking name for somebody who doesn't do anything. So please win a race or something. I'm really pulling for you because I like you, but I don't want to hear about you no more if you're just going to run 15th every week. Same thing for Bubba. Bubba, I like you, but please, for the love of God, do well enough to justify all the unnecessary attention you draw to yourself. Please. Please, Bubba. But he's not in this race, so I don't know why I'm bitching about him. Ford has won 9 Clash races. Bill Elliott was the first in 1987. Brad Keselowski was the last in 2018. Chase Elliott's up to 15th. Logano still in front of Kyle Busch with damage. Reddick back in 5th. Hendrick Motorsports on road course has been very strong. I'm not surprised to see Bowman and Byron running up front. Jimmy Johnson was really good here last year. And we all know what Chase Elliott does on road courses. 6 laps in. This is a big-ass road course. Truex in a unrecognizable car.
They've shown that they did their homework and are forced to be reckoned with. I also see a lot of brake temperature. Is this an opportunity? Is this it's probably, Jeff, lack of downforce.
I'm going to watch this year how Eric Jones runs in the 43 compared to how Bubba Wallace runs in the 23. I think that's something to keep an eye on. You can throw Daytona, you can throw the 500 and all that out the window. We all know what super speedways are. I'm talking when we get to Phoenix, Martinsville, Bristol, Richmond, Atlanta, you know, the standard tracks.
Yeah, the owner of the time. Yeah, that's because his windshield's blocked.
Now here's turn 3 last time by. You see how dirty that windshield is.
Oh, a little wheel hop. Oh, you can see those rear tires just start to vibrate and bounce up and down.
Yeah, go Chase.
He was getting into that braking
I
zone.
suppose.
Very easy to do, and that's a combination
Oh,
of
Matt DiBenedetto missed the
right
front
stick
stretch
off
chicane.
the corner right here.
Yep, Matthew
I was
Benedetto
just
missed the
talking about
chicane,
him.
And the penalty for that is you have to stop and go.
Did he stop enough?
Stops, at lap 6.
Joe Logano on pit road. Strategy. Strategery. Kurt Busch, Joe Logano on pit road. Strategery. Strategery.
We'll see if what kind of strategy
Reddick is still putting on a show. He's passed William Byron and Alex Bowman like 3 times, and he's having to do it again.
Hey guys, one thing they could be doing is getting their 4 tires now. Remember what you said, Mike. They can't fuel the car until lap 15.
Right, you cannot put gas in the car until lap 15, but they're getting their tires now. Interesting. I would have waited longer than 7 laps. I'd have waited to like lap 10 to bring that motherfucker in. I think those guys pitted a little too early, but it'll get them track position. I don't know what tire wear's like here.
It's like an oil slick as soon as they do. It turns it into a gravel road back there. You go, come on, man. But I tell you, if you got somebody on your tail, you didn't want to take it. It's a little bit of dirt under the tire.
I can see it in his eye, Mike.
I know.
He's going to use that in the last lap.
I don't know that I've ever done that before, maybe. Huh?
How are we going to contain him until we get to Bristol on the dirt this spring?
I think what I'm
not
seeing
really unfair.
the
It's
most,
just a
guys,
way
is
to
this
make a
brake
living.
temperature. I think
Everybody,
the teams
a lot
have
of guys do
overlooked,
it.
the
Anybody
difference in
can
the
do it.
speed.
It's
These
not really
guys are
cheating.
pushing it, and the
Anybody
brakes
can
keep
do it.
getting harder and harder and harder.
Yeah, when you don't have that big spoiler hanging up off that rear deck lid to help slow you down and drag you down into the corner, you're going to
Cole Custer's car sure looks nice. Hello, Michael. Michael. Where have you been? I thought you died. By the way, Ron Blaney's closing up on Hamlin for the lead. Like, really close now. We thought Michael was dead, but he's back, everyone.
Things like that. That's a product of these brakes starting to go away and making it more difficult to stop.
Right, and I would think with less downforce, you know, you're going to see more, not just more brake temp and fade, but you're going to see the tires start to
Oh,
fall.
God, why's my chest hurt? Tell you what, my neck hurts and my back hurts because work fucking sucks. And now my chest is feeling funny. I think I'm going to die right here on the stream.
He is following 3 laps ago. I think that's the 17. Maybe. That'll
Oof.
We just need to keep the camera there. Let's figure out who's doing it, all right?
That backstretch chicane is a motherfucker.
Back there. Oh, man, look at this windshield. Mark Truex Jr.
He's just getting ready for Bristol.
He could use that windshield wiper to get the dirt off. I don't know if it would do any good for that.
It's a long story. Well, we got time because the Clash is always boring, but now that it's on a road course, it's going to be really boring. But it's going to save everybody money because it's on the road course.
Man, all the windshields do. I think he used it and smeared his windshield up Chase Elliott.
Meanwhile, Elliott started tail end of the field. He
Chase has
come
dirt
to
all over
fourth
his car.
place.
Can he see?
What can he see through there?
If I was them, I'd play that strategy that Logano and Kurt Busch just played. You still got time to bring it to pit road.
In 24 hours of Daytona here, that car looks like it's just run 24
At
hours.
least an hour 20.
Michael, are you going to try to win us some money on Sunday?
Busch Clash, Denny Hamlin trying to win it for the 4th time.
For the 4th time, but the first time on the road course, so ignore those other 4 wins. Now, I have seen some team owners cheat in a lower series. There was like a Truck Series team owner, and his guy was running for the championship against somebody else, and he like entered an extra truck with a different driver to basically sabotage their competition and just wreck them out. And guys, did Jimmy Smith get in trouble for that shit with Brendan Gaughan in the Truck Series? I'm asking some friends. Jimmy Smith can kiss my ass. There's a caution out apparently. It's not lap 15 yet either. Let's say, hoping the leaderboard been updated. Good grief, everybody's back. 1 year ago. It seems like it was only yesterday. I was jumping on here going, is anybody ever going to, like, watch this? Am I just wasting my time turning on a microphone and talking to myself during races? And that was back when the world was normal. Oh, last February. So optimistic, other than losing Kobe Bryant. We were pretty fucking optimistic about the future. We had no idea we were about to get fucked in the ass for a solid year. Jimmy Smith can kiss my ass. Now I'm going to be thinking about that all night. Brennan gone. Wish Brennan Gaughan hadn't retired, because now I got to deal with Noah Gragson running the Daytona 500 if he makes it. There's some interest. Have you seen the cars that don't have charters? Somebody that's halfway worth the shit might miss out. Ideally, we'd want Timmy Hill and Garrett Smithley to be two of the ones that miss out, but even other than that, could be Cindric, could be Priest, could be Gregson. Pick my winner for this race, Chase Elliott. He's not running well right now, but I'm going to say Chase. Chase. I just got a feeling. Now, what's this caution for? Never mind, they're still in commercial. They gave the impression that they were coming back from commercial. Jeff was in Gamblers Anonymous with fucking Joe Jack from King of the Hill. How's the back, honey? Pretty good, Joe Jack. How's your gambling problem? That's a great episode. How you doing, honey? Oh my God, it's the longest goddamn commercial ever. They're under caution though. But I just want them to get back so I can give y'all something to listen to while I listen to this fucking voice message I got. It's the NASCAR Truck Series on Friday. Ew, Haley Deegan was in the commercial. She was a lot more attractive before we realized her IQ was below 70.
Caution is out. Track sweeping.
Okay, they threw the caution for dirt on the backstretch. Okay.
You want a chance to
We have our first stupid caution of the year. It only took one race.
Just download the free-to-play Fox Bet Super 6 app for your chance to win. All you have to do is correctly pick the finish of 6 drivers. You think it's easy? We didn't have a winner last year, but over 600,000 people have entered already the Fox Bet Super 6 app.
And it's
Download
pretty funny.
and play today.
But racing has been very shady. Like through its entire existence, it's always been shady times in racing.
Well, we were prepared for rain if it came, but I don't know if many of these teams are prepared. Dirt tires are going to need.
The Wizard of Sod.
Dirt on the racetrack back here in the bus stop, and finally enough was enough, and they threw the caution.
So they threw a caution for all that dirt.
Gone to waste.
Gee, it's as if we should put field turf down. Now, Denny Hamlin pitted. I saw William Byron and Alex Bowman stayed out.
He is going to bring most of the field with him.
Interesting.
We got a race.
You think NASCAR threw this caution because they were getting bored?
Yellow, so no fuel can be added, Rita.
Now, this is when you get your damn tires. I'm telling you, Busch and Logano made a mistake earlier, in my humble opinion. We're not supposed to race on dirt till Bristol. What's going on? And Clint Boyer just mentioned 2.5 seconds worth of fall off on these tires. I think Logano and Kurt Busch are going to be hurting by the end of the race. Although Kurt Busch pitted again there. And Logano's on pit road getting damaged, so never mind. Nix that.
Agricultural racing went on there. There have been team owners in the past enter cars with drivers with no intention whatsoever of even competing. They just want to show up and get paid for the race. Because if you get into the race, you get money based on where you finish. And even if you finish in the back, you get like thousands. So guys will bring cars, throw them in the race, run at the back, and then park it and be like, oh, we can't finish because we don't have the money to buy tires or finish the whole race. But they still get paid for where they finished in the race. I'm explaining starting parks to a friend of mine that's never watched before. And all the shady business practices of
some NASCAR team owners in the past, whether it be J.D. Stacy or Jimmy Smith or whoever the fuck. Or Spire Motorsports right now, which are like, oh, and the Ware racing cars, like they're the kings of like, hey, let's just show up and collect this fucking money because we don't even give a shit if we're ever competitive. We just want to throw a car on a racetrack and get paid for it. Now, if you don't mind, I'll be right back. I gotta go grab something to drink. My throat's back to doing that thing where it gets all scratchy if I talk. We had a good run, but then I took 2 weeks off of streaming, and it's like I'm starting over again. Should I stream qualifying tomorrow night? That'd be really fucking boring. I would probably get bored. What am I going to talk about during qualifying? Thank you, Michael. Michael's like, I got making up to do. Here's $5. Thank you. I hadn't used that Michael, I have not used that Venmo account since the last time we spoke. I guess I'm glad that I kept it. A little tip for my services. I'm an entertainer. Not really. NASCAR Race Hub. Don't know why. I gotta be honest with you. The pre-race coverage was not exactly a good advertisement for NASCAR Race Hub, so I don't think I have any interest in watching Race Hub.
Came in for tires under this first caution of the night. We have 9 laps complete. Competition caution at lap 15. 5 drivers have not been to pit road at all. And they're starting out front. Ryan Blaney, Alex Bowman, Tyler Reddick.
Blaney, Bowman, Reddick,
Chris Buescher.
Byron, and Buescher have not been to pit road at all tonight. Denny Hamlin in 6th, the first car on fresh tires. Joe Logano, Patty fucking last after working on some damage. Right where he belongs. You need Blaney or Elliott, Michael? Well, I'm half with you. So Blaney's the leader. Bowman, Reddick, Byron, and Buescher, they have not pitted. They're out front. Let's see if Denny Hamlin gets around these guys in the next 6 laps. We got 6 to go, 5 to go till the competition caution. Now whoa, Blaney. Off track, but thank God it's paved. Oh, and Blaney back into traffic, and he hits Truex. And Kevin Harvick's around again. Oh, man. Ryan Blaney picking up where he left off last year, and Tyler Reddick has the lead. Well, good for Reddick. He's been putting on a show tonight. Tyler Reddick's got the lead. 5 laps till the competition caution. Then you can put gas in the car. I bet you Harvick gets another set of tires. Keselowski through to 2nd. Bowman 3rd, but I think Hamlin's through to 3rd now on those fresh tires.
It worked out pretty well for him because Ryan Blaney overshooting the first turn.
Ty Dillon, do not tear up Michael Jordan's shit. Woo, Ryan Newman 3 wide onto the banking. Boy, Blaney's falling all the way back. Chase Elliott in the top 10 now out of 21 cars, but he's broken into the single digits, Chase Elliott. Hey, 3 wide at Daytona. It's nothing new, only you got to remember they're coming up on that backstretch chicane.
Inman will not back off. Big braking zone into the
Clint Boyer want to go out there and rabbit punch Ryan Newman while he's strapped into a race car again, you fucking pussy. Yeah, Rick Ware's an Indy car owner. Good for him.
Interesting on that line.
Mark Truex Jr. making him move to the outside.
Good to see he's wasting space in other divisions now. Keselowski, Reddick, side by side through the chicane.
Brad Keselowski
Brad concedes for the moment.
had a look entering the chicane.
And Hamlin's closing in on both of them. Now Brad's to the inside of Reddick. And Brad's going to lead that lap and take the lead going to turn 1.
I saw him lock up. I see a lot of wheel lock up.
Brad's got fresh tires. Reddick going wide again. Jesus, man. He loves to go wide through turn 1 and it opened the door for Hamlin. Truex is still in 4th. He didn't get hit as hard as I thought he did. Truex passing for 3rd now. Fresh tires. This made the race a lot more interesting. Thank you, NASCAR, for the caution.
And get 4 fresh tires and fill it up with fuel. But I look at Brad Keselowski, Denny Hamlin, and Mark Truex Jr. Remember, Keselowski and Jeremy Mullins, his crew chief, they're like the Mad Hatter.
Harvick on pit road. They're cleaning grass out of the grill.
They'll probably come and do fuel only and keep the tires on there and keep that track position.
Let's go back to the restart and watch the 12 of Ryan.
Yeah, watch Ryan Blaney. He looked like the Xfinity race here last year where everybody missed turn 1.
Great start, but you could see just carrying a little more speed.
I hate to say it, but that's becoming like typical Ryan Blaney. I love Blaney, but he's not very clutch, is he?
Yeah, a lot of wheel locked up. I actually thought it was enough to probably have to pit, but he's still running.
But now watch when
Then he comes back on the track and clobbers Martin Truex. I thought he was going to get hooked and go right into traffic.
There might have been a damage. Further back, Kevin Harvick went off track in turn number 1, and as you saw, he's made a pit stop for repairs, but is still on the lead lap.
Woo!
Well, there's a lot of things that are going on right there. First of all, you got one guy that oversees
Hamlin and Keselowski nose to tail.
You can't go through.
Coming onto the front stretch. Hamlin's got a big run off the corner. Keselowski shuts the door. Here comes Truex. Truex has gotten faster since he got run into. I know he was one of the guys that pitted, but Truex is closing in to 2nd.
He's come from deep in the field.
3 to go till the competition caution.
Great race car he had and was moving up through the field. One of the
That
fastest
leaderboard's
cars.
not updated in a few laps. That's very frustrating.
Here in August, guys, that got busted for a pit road speeding penalty came back to finish 3rd.
Yeah, great point, Larry.
Now, the first of the drivers who have not yet been to pit road is 4th.
Leaderboard's not updating. Now it is. Now it is all up to date. Hamlin underneath Keselowski. Ooh, wow. That looked like it was going to get ugly. Hamlin looking for a way to the outside of Keselowski. He's setting Keselowski up for this turn back onto the banking. I thought Brad was going to run him wide there. He was looking like he was going to. Hamlin's bringing Truex with him to his inside now. They set Brad up perfectly here. Hamlin back to the lead. Truex underneath Keselowski for 2nd. Can't quite get it yet. Now he will. Do you think they can side draft as slow as they are coming back onto the oval track?
It's a commitment. You got to commit to the outside to set yourself up for the inside on 6.
Reddick is doing an exceptional job on old tires. And Truex has come to life.
All the speed he carries down the back straightaway behind his teammate Denny Hamlin.
They're kicking more dirt right back onto the damn track with the line they're running through there. NASCAR's got that ace in their back pocket. If they get strung out in the last 20 laps and the race is going to have a boring finish, they can just throw a caution for dirt back there because it's getting kicked up again. But we're coming to 2 to go till the next caution anyway. So they ain't got to worry about it.
Jeremy Mullins calling the shots for Brad.
Here's Chase Elliott into the top 5. Cue the Jaws music.
Jones, this is for 5th place. I'd say who keeps looking to the inside is Martin Truex on Denny Hamlin for the lead.
Maybe they'll take each other out up there. That'd be a good way to start the year. 2 Gibbs cars wrecking each other.
A great view.
Well, that's the wheel. Easy to do in turn 3 right here. And then listen how hard it is to put the throttle down. And watch that car disappear in the distance ahead of you. Pretty smooth right there.
Now watch this king, the dog.
Do you guys like the leaderboard that Fox uses at the side of the screen? Or do you prefer it to be across the top of the screen?
Turn 5. Flip that curve. Try to swing out wide to the curve on the left side.
Everybody runs that turn 5 different. Some people try to stay tight and get straight drives off. A lot of people use as much track as possible on exit.
Well, that turn 6 is also a tough braking zone, as rough as it is. And here's that lead. Denny Hamlin in the 11. But at 19, Mark Truex Jr., I don't know if he's just able to use the draft or his car just is trimmed out.
You can't draft with these.
He carries so much speed down the straightaways.
What, Truex? Truex has got to be the fastest car on the track right now. If Chase Elliott's not, Truex is. And he's making the pass on Hamlin. Hamlin went wide out of the chicane, and Truex is underneath him. Martin Truex Jr. takes the lead. Chase Elliott up to 4th. This race is really starting to shape up. You can already tell how it's going to be.
You have to be on pit road before the caution is displayed. So if you're going to do it, you're going to have to come right now.
One more lap till the competition caution. Here comes Tyler Reddick to pit road. Eric Jones to pit road. Alex Bowman. This should cycle these dudes up to the front. They'll have a shorter pit stop anyhow. They can change tires now. Everybody has to come for gas. Strategy on a road course. I love it.
Good heads up on that first gear. That's something that you would forget and overlook. 9 times out of 10, your second gear pit road speed.
A lot of tire smoke out there. Even with the guys that are running good, they're smoking the tires a lot. Truex's car's filthy. That would be a heck of a race win diecast.
Mark Truex Jr. is that right front damage. We saw heavy contact between.
Well, it ain't slowed him down any, Jeff. He's leading the race.
He's been able to knock that fender out, maybe over some of the curbs or something, and actually his clearance.
My pick for this race, Chase Elliott. I stand by that. That was my pre-race pick. I stand by it now, especially because Chase is up into the top 5 now. Alex Bowman, too fast on pit road.
His team being over the wall too soon. We see Bowman highlighted on our scoring pylon, indicating the penalty.
Well, the good news is that competition caution is going to be coming out here soon, so he doesn't have to serve that penalty, or he won't serve that penalty before that caution comes out.
Here's a good crowd. Byron Newman, Ty Dillon.
So this will complete 15 laps, and somewhere on this lap, NASCAR will wave the caution flag, but Chase Elliott is on pit road before the caution flag.
If you can get a hold of any old car and throw out there, then yeah, you'll be making money as long as that car doesn't get torn up. So yeah, it's generally a decent way to make money. And they get sponsored money if they're lucky. Because anybody else
Dillon is in, and so is Kurt Busch.
Although it's not like it used to be. That used to be pretty easy.
Well, Chase Elliott getting ready to make his pit stop right here. They decided to pit a little bit early, try and do something to leapfrog some of the competition. That race car doesn't have drive right now. It means the back tires won't hook up like you see right there.
Ryan Blaney also stopping. There's his car pulling into the
Good call on Elliott and those guys to pit now.
Be able to exit pit road before Martin Truex comes around.
But remember, still not able to put fuel in the car because that competition caution has not come out yet.
Kevin Harvick is in again.
They'll all definitely need gas. The fuel window here is about 25 laps or so.
Up in the east banking of the speedway, NASCAR turns 3 and 4.
Hey,
Waiting on the caution.
Where's the caution, boys?
And the starter is
They're trying to wait for most of the lead lap cars to cross the line. And there's the caution. And we have a caution. This changes everything. Just kidding.
black flag gets put away.
We saw this coming.
Martin Truex's goal was to be running 8th when the competition caution waved. He more than succeeded. He's your race leader.
Oh, I hope these guys are enjoying their free test session for the race in 12 days. Or whatever it is. In 12 days. Till they race the road course again. What an advantage. Because unlike last year, it's low downforce on the Daytona road course.
it costs less if you don't plan on running the full race. Like if you don't even bother to buy tires and stuff like that, you just show up, enter the race, but look, we're here and we can't continue, so we're out. Only like really low level teams do that, like guys who run in the back anyway. Although there's less of that now. It's less nowadays. More guys, pretty much everybody shows up to run the whole race. But for a few years, it was like the last 4 cars would just be like, all right, here, cash a check, give us our money, please, and we'll see you next week. Like they didn't even want to bother, or really couldn't afford to try. I do kind of wish it was on the oval, because that's like guaranteed clusterfuck excitement, but I just have to keep reminding myself about last year's Clash. I got to remind myself that last year's was stupid, and we don't need to see that again. But the short track would be better. Isn't there like they should go to like, there's like plenty of tracks in that area, right? They could go race that and say, look, we're having the Clash over here tonight. Well, Michael, they're 150s. Good luck figuring out the charter thing and who makes it and who can get locked in through pole qualifying and who's going to have to worry about running the dual rate. Like, good luck figuring it out. It's like a fucking Rubik's Cube every year. You think I would know by now. All I know is that 36 teams are locked in to the Daytona 500. There are 8 teams that are not locked in. But there is a way for at least 1 or 2 of them to get in on qualifying speed. And then, like, the rest have to worry about the dual race and where they finish. Something like that. I'm fairly confident that Cindric will be one of the fastest. Cindric will probably be the fastest open car. Just looking at their competition. He's in a straight-up Penske car with no charter. They have an approved car. It doesn't matter how shitty that car is. Yeah, you can show up and be like, hey, I want to enter. And if you get in, you don't have to run the whole race. You can just show up, run a lap, park it, and go home with your money. Oh my God, it's WWE. Fuck off, Michael Cole. Corporate ass puppet. Oh yeah, Edge is gonna be on SmackDown. That's almost worth watching for.
Well, here in Daytona, we told you to expect the unexpected. No one expected this. As the caution flag came out, watch the 19 of Martin Truex, bottom of your screen. He is the race leader.
He missed the chicane.
He was really attempting to make the
oh
chicane,
no!
which is a penalty.
Well, here's how he explained it.
So Truex just fell asleep at the wheel and completely missed the chicane.
Drew Herring is up on the roof.
Drew Herring's a spotter.
Beginning tonight for 21, and he will restart in the back for missing the front straight chicane.
You talked about knocking the rust off.
Now that's where it gets tricky because for the race this weekend, only 40 cars can enter, but 44 have shown up, so 4 cars are going to end up going home after the qualifying race this Thursday.
Jamie?
Keselowski says he's a little free. They're going to make a wedge adjustment in the right rear 4 tires. Jeremy Busch
Chase is trying to get me tree fitty. Michael, I need tree fitty. God damn, dude. Why is my chest hurting? I understand why my neck is hurting and my back is hurting. Why is my, like, lower chest rib area hurting? Kurt Busch on 2 tires to the front. Austin Dillon, no tires to the front.
Take off from its pit stall, and that's Tyler Reddick.
Ooh, Tyler Reddick's got a problem.
Something happened.
No, he started to
Oh no, Tyler Reddick.
slowly. He left the pit
He is second. Well, now he's dead fucking last.
back in and put tires on it. the competition caution, Martin Truex is looking for the pace car to pick him up. He's not looking at that chicane.
Cheater. Martin Truex is a goddamn cheater. I kid. 36 locked in on charters, knew that. 2 fastest open cars on qualifying speed, and 1 open car from each duel. Okay. Well, that certainly simplifies it. I don't know why it still has to be that fucking complicated, but yeah. Qualifying will be interesting tomorrow night. I will be watching. Not going to stream it, but I will be watching. Got NASCAR shit to watch all week. Let me look on the guide. Well, they didn't do it this year, but remember, like the last couple of years, they always had like a documentary to show after the Clash. Like one year it was about Jeff Gordon's '97 Daytona 500, and then last year it was the Dale versus Jeff documentary. This year they don't have anything cool to show. Or did they do that after the duels last year? Whatever. I really enjoyed those documentaries. The Jeff Gordon versus Dale Earnhardt and the '97 Daytona 500 documentary. That was really cool. Oh, I don't know when I'm going to get to go to a race this year. I don't know if it's a given that they're going to have fans at Charlotte or not. I need to find out sooner than later. I want to go to Darlington. Maybe I'll look into Darlington. Matter of fact, I'm gonna talk to my friend Dillon tomorrow and be like, hey man, you want to try to go to Darlington in May? That might be the race I aim for. Tired of going to the 600. I want to go to the 600, but if I had to pick between one or the other, I'd rather go to Darlington for a year. You know, it's the dumbest part of the last year is that we don't know what the country's going to look like every 6 months. So I'm sitting here thinking, what's our situation going to be in 6 months? Can I just go to the fucking races, or am I going to have to like plan way ahead and hope I get to go? So here's the deal: Kurt Busch on 2 tires, Austin Dillon on none on the front row. And Tyler Reddick's car stalled leaving the pits.
You gotta scrape the rust off. Well, listen to what Tyler Reddick said he did.
I went to hit the starter. I caught the ignition shut off.
Did Reddick hit the kill switch?
I've done that very thing, guys. You reach over there in a panic to start it again, and you accidentally hit the ignition switch, and then you're in bad shape. You're sitting there turning it over, no ignition.
Bold strategy here for Austin Dillon. I'm pretty sure Denny Hamlin's going to blow by these guys. Chase Elliott's probably too far back to be a factor with this many laps to go. He's going to need some cautions or one hell of a restart and run through turn 1.
17 laps to go.
Kurt Busch just completely fucking wiped out. Look out. Okay. Austin Dillon takes the lead. Kurt Busch is going backwards. Holy shit. Oh, never mind. Denny Hamlin takes the lead. All right, cool. That was quite the excursion. So now Ryan Blaney's not the only guy who's done that tonight. Tyler Reddick's come very close tonight. But Kurt Busch missed it so bad.
Is there a bump or something, a transition down there that allows that to happen a lot easier than you think? Well, it's just
at least there was no wall to hit. That's the beautiful thing about this track. It's very forgiving until you get to the infield anyway.
You don't know exactly where that is. Your mark getting into turn 1 is a race pace. When you're on that restart, you're going in a different pace. Obviously, being a leader drastically different.
Them tires look pretty damn flat spotted. I don't know about you. Hamlin, Blaney, Logano, Austin Dillon, Kyle Busch, the top 5. Hamlin's got a comfortable lead.
Hamlin, Blaney, Logano,
Hamlin's biggest threats are Elliott and Truex, and they're mid-pack.
Because them things want to lock up bad when they're cool.
Clint, Jeff, what might have happened to Kurt Busch is Matt McCall did right sides up.
And look, we're over halfway through the clash, and nobody's tore their shit up.
He did left side, so there was heat in the right sides, no heat for the most part in the left.
It may have been the throttle stuff there. Looked to me like.
Well, that makes a lot of
Can
sense.
Blaney and Logano give Hamlin anything and make this race interesting going to the end?
Hey, how about Logano? Yes, Logano right there in third. Dillon, Kyle Busch, Cole Custer. Last year's Rookie of the Year.
By the way, the weather forecast for Daytona this week looks like fucking ass, dude. It's going to rain every day. I know it's Florida, but it was not encouraging to see that there's not going to be a single day that's not threatened by rain from here on out. And I'm like, great.
Side for this sweeping left and right.
But that left and right is how you set them up. You've got to be able to set them up even a corner before. And you
Drone
set
cam.
that,
They need to work on the resolution on drone cam. That looks pretty bad. That looks like a 2000 Cup race broadcast on a YouTube video.
I dig this one. Shows how fast you're going right there. It's so easy to dip your right sides off. You can't see it. It's kind of a blind corner in that turn 4. The kink right there. It is very, very treacherous. Austin Dillon ran
Austin Dillon's hanging pretty tough.
in the Rolex 24 last week.
We'll see where he's at in 15 laps.
Jeff, as we talked during the week, driving those lightweight mid-engine prototypes, does any of that transfer once you get in these big, heavy stock cars?
Well, laps are laps, and under the lights here, it's the first time these guys have run on the road course in these cars under the lights.
Daytona 500 weather looks okay. That's good. We can deal with one rain delay in the 500 if it's just like a scattered shower.
Off-season, we've seen Chase Elliott run midgets and the 24 hours, and Austin Dillon in the prototype car. But yeah, that car is going to break a whole lot different in these cars than it does in those.
You hear the revs right there in the downshift. Very easy to get it over rev on something like that too. You're using that rev to slow the car down, and you can over rev the thing pretty easy. Denny Hamlin last lap was 1 second quicker than the field, and you rode with Ryan Newman there. He had a little bit of a moment. Watch the 6 car.
See Matt DiBenedetto get into the inside, gets up on the curbs, makes a little contact.
I think the 6 got loose
You
out
think he
there.
got loose?
Well, I mean, I honestly think he got loose before he got helped.
Yeah, it's like he jumped in the throttle right as he
Yeah,
got
21 actually corrected him.
straighten him out.
Look at all the momentum you lose and all the positions you lose when that
Well,
happens.
especially on that long back straightaway.
So Newman now back to 16th as Hamlin leads Blaney by almost a second. Logano another second back. I like what I'm saying from Ryan Blaney. He's actually putting some really competitive lap times out faster than him on that last lap.
Keeping him honest just
Truex chased Hamlin down earlier. Blaney was closing in earlier before that caution for dirt. So Blaney can make this happen. I think it's going to have to be Blaney. Oh, whoa, Buscher. Nothing new. Buscher going off course a little ways.
Well, it started back when they were 3 wide, the corner before.
So this is through the turn number 5, right-hander. Cole Custer locks up, goes a little wide, allows Brad Keselowski to get to the outside there, 3 wide.
I think he went out there to race Keselowski and left it.
We need a caution.
Oh, man. Overconfident. I can tell there's a big dip in the braking zone right there. I don't know if he locked the right front up and then started wheel hopping, but nice recovery from this group.
It's not just that dip either, Jeff. It's very rough, very choppy, washboardy right there.
Coming to 14 to go.
Nice and wheel hopping. Last lap, Ryan Blaney had the fastest.
And
lap.
Blaney's the fastest car on the track.
He was 2
Thank you, Mike Joy, for that little nugget.
race leader, Regan.
Mike, this started actually last
Cole
time.
Custer missed the chicane.
Here at Daytona, they struggled with that tall car. John Gordon told me they really had to make some significant changes after that race going into the Roval at Charlotte. Much of what they learned that race they implemented into this car. They felt very confident today. That's showing right now.
Well, as you saw, Cole Custer missed the chicane, came to a stop, but he has not restarted. He was in 7th place. plenty of time
Custer's still just sitting
for
there.
him to get that car fired before the field comes around, and they might have to toss the caution flag once again.
Ooh, goody. Cole Custer's doing us a favor. He's getting us a caution.
Might be that caution we were hoping.
Michael, it snowed here 2 weekends in a row in Rutherford County, North Carolina. We got snow 2 weekends in a row.
I want to see cautions, re-rack them. Hey, have you changed your phone number? 'Cause I just want to warn you what happens when you start talking like that. You might start getting some calls after this race.
He's not moving, guys. Caution's coming.
And we have a caution.
Yellow flag for the third time tonight.
Now this changes everything.
Comes on lap 22.
We might get something good out of this.
For Cole Custer, who was having a very
Cole
good
Custer.
race. And stalled at the entrance to the.
He missed the chicane, but then the car wouldn't start.
It didn't have any. I wonder if he had some kind of a power issue that caused that. Because I mean,
Oh,
we
you're
didn't see
fine.
any
There's
lockups.
only 13 laps to go. It's on a big track there.
I think his brakes are on fire.
And my God, he's on fire.
Jamie?
Wow, he is really on fire.
Oh gosh, yep, there's flames coming out there.
He probably doesn't know. I gotta find that clip of Dick. Was it Dick Berger? Who's like, "Wow, he is really on fire."
He just lost.
So, we listened in.
I've done all of it. I've done all. I mean, all of it. Has got power. It's just on fire.
Are you on fire, Ricky Bobby?
Yeah. There's no fire on the inside, but there's fire all around it.
What next?
Something done broke. At least it's not the pace car on fire this time. Remember that?
Seen a lot of them. Sure hope not. No. Caution is out for Cole Custer. AMR safety team is very quickly on the scene to get that extinguished. And Cole Custer climbs out.
Well,
Denny Hamlin is your leader. We're under the third caution flag of the night for this.
this changes everything. I'll tell you what. So what hit-ass dumb move is Joey Logano going to make to win this pointless fucking race? Joey's the one who set off the chain of events last year in the Clash that ruined the race forever. Literally, because now it's on the road course. So is Joe Logano going to do something stupid here? Robert, are you nervous at all about having Joe Logano line up right on Denny Hamlin's bumper? Looking at that top five, I would not want Joe Logano on my bumper, or Austin Dillon, really. Or go further back, I wouldn't want Tyler Reddick. Help me, Allah. I'm on fire. It's only 10 minutes after 8. This race will be over by 9. Unless we get a bunch of cautions. I'll be at work tomorrow, allegedly, during practice. So I won't be watching practice, but I will watch qualifying. I am drinking that zero sugar cherry Pepsi so fast. Fucking thirsty, dude. It was actually kind of warm at work today. It really wasn't even warm. It was like 45 degrees, but I was working in direct sunlight, so it felt like it was 60. So I'm really thirsty. And I've been that way since I got home. I got the fuck out of work as soon as possible today. I was unsupervised, so went there, busted ass for 3.5 hours and said, you know what, I'm good. I'm ready to go. Wasn't going to get done with that shit today anyway. So I was like, you know what, I think I'll just go home. Yeah, qualifying's at 7 tomorrow. I'm streaming everything but the ARCA race and qualifying. I'm not streaming the ARCA race and I'm not streaming Cup qualifying because it's qualifying. We all know it's boring. But everything else, Xfinity, truck race, qualifying races, 500, all that, yeah, obviously I'll be here. I'll probably watch the ARCA race because for some reason it's on before the Xfinity race on Saturday, which is annoying. The Xfinity race doesn't start till like 5 o'clock. It's like, alrighty. But the Daytona 500 starts at 2:30, considering the clusterfuck last year. That's a pretty good start time. Although I'm going to be pretty damn pissed on Sunday when it's bright and sunny all day until about 3 o'clock, and then it starts raining. Daytona 500 should start at 12:30. If I was in charge, it would start at 12:30, 1 o'clock at the latest.
Advent Health. I'm Mike Joy with Jim.
No, they're not going 200 on the road course.
That's not tools and toys in the studio. Jamie Little, Regan Smith on pit road. Last year's Clash winner, Eric Jones, in 7th place, and the hits just keep on coming. William Byron was one of 4.
I'm looking forward to the duels. Oh, we got Debris. We got Debris. The first appearance of Debris in 2021. There's a tire carcass over there.
After the pit stop, probably hit the pit gun with the valve stem.
Well, that'll probably, yeah, that's going to add a lap to the caution.
No question, Jeff. It was flat before he even got off pit road.
Did a lot of damage, a lot of crush panels getting knocked out of it. Long ways around there.
No, I think it was flat
Probably
before he even
160
got
at
to the first
It
turn.
depends. It's hard for me to judge because when they come out from the infield part of the track, part of the road course is part of the oval track, and they get a lot of speed,
Never made it
but
through
they
I'd be
added
checking
in
up the
some
lower
extra turns
turns.
because it's a road course. So I'm not sure how fast
It's
they're
just
going.
such a difficult
The
thing.
average
If you check up too
speed-
much, they're going to dive bomb you and make the pass. And being 3 wide, you can be in a wreck pretty easy.
It's pretty. It's a big, long road course, so it's faster than most
that
road
corner,
courses.
Mike,
It's
you're going to be
definitely-
last.
I want to be second.
They waved off the restart. They're going to go one more lap.
Oh man, they waved off the restart. Honestly, that's good. The less laps to go till the finish, the less likely this will be a boring finish.
Over Martin Truex, Denny Hamlin, Joey Logano, and Eric Jones.
William Byron made it to pit road on the rim.
Chevy in the top 5 of that category. William Byron makes another pit stop. We'll take one too, except ours will not involve.
Well, they got enough time for a fucking commercial
Benedetto's car.
with 1 to go on a road course. That's how big this place is. Gotta pay those bills, Fox. Gotta pay those bills. And yeah, those lap times are really close between most of the field, really. Hamlin's the only one that has like any real separation. Contrary to what people that don't know anything think, the slower the cars are, the better the racing is, because they're more drivable, they're more stable, they can race harder. When the cars are so fucking out of control, it's not as fun to watch as you would think. Like, there's a track in Michigan that's one of the fastest tracks they go to, but the racing there always fucking sucks balls because they're so fast and so spread out, they never really get close to each other. I have less patience this year for the races with the 550 horsepower package than I've had in previous years because I'm fucking sick of that package. So the fact that there's 2 races at Atlanta this year makes me want to fucking throw up. Why do we have 2 races at Atlanta? When they race at Homestead, I'm going to be, meh about it. Even though Homestead last year was a good race. It was okay. But Atlanta last year was one of the worst races I've ever watched. Why do we race at Atlanta twice? Can't wait till we get the new car. Please, God, tell me they didn't fuck up the new car. Please, God. That'll be next year. I am ninth car. Gen 7 car better help with dirty air. I'm going to break something. I can't take any more of that shit. I've had to watch over 8.5 years of dirty air racing. I'm fucking over it. They better have worked on that. There's got to be a way. It used to not be that big of a fucking problem. Pre-2008. It can be fixed. I'm not an engineer. I don't build race cars. I don't know how, but please God. Hamlin, Kyle Busch, Austin Dillon, Brad Keselowski, Martin Truex, Eric Jones running 6th. Matt DiBenedetto, Ty Dillon, Ricky Stenhouse, Ryan Blaney.
He's found a crush panel damage, but I don't know if that's going to really affect the performance of that car.
Penalty for Joey Logano. He will restart in the back.
Ha ha!
The penalty is for not entering the pits in single file order.
They're sending Joe Logano to the back with 11 laps to go. Go to the back, you fucking tool. You and your receding hairline, go to the back.
So Byron and Logano will have work to do here. Yes. I think the big question, Ken, does anybody have anything for Denny Hamlin?
Well,
I would say that Blaney does, but Blaney's in 10th now. So
find out if Kyle Busch has something for him.
I don't think Kyle Busch or anybody up front, other than maybe Truex, has anything for him. But you better make it quick. Because once they get strung out, it's going to be very difficult to catch him. 11 laps to go. Kyle Busch didn't get a great restart there. Watch the move to the inside of Hamlin here. Truex running over the back of Austin Dillon, smoking the tires. Blaney shoots to the outside 3 wide. Elliott 3 wide on the outside. I'm telling you right now, if Elliott somehow was to get up in the mix of this, I'd be very impressed from where he was. Truex dive bomb on Austin Dillon. Woo, man. Truex took it, and he did it without wrecking it. It looked like he was just going to fly in there and just hit him. That's talent. Martin Truex is a very good driver. We know this. Chase Elliott gained about 4 spots through 1 corner. Bad news for Hamlin. Martin Truex is 2nd. I've seen him chase Hamlin down and pass him for the lead tonight, so this race is definitely not over.
21's got a weapon on his right door. Look at this. That can opener.
Chase Elliott probably needs 1 more caution. If Chase Elliott gets 1 more caution, he'd be a factor here. Blaney's got a very fast car.
Blaney right there in the number 12 Ford. He really launched, got a straight shot off of turn 7 or turn 6 to get up onto the banking. Get that run to get to the inside, go to 4th position.
Look at the difference to the cars that have been up front, the cars that have been in the pack. Really dirty. Brian Blaney in the 11 car cleaned them other 2 Gibbs cars that drove through the pack at dirty. Look like a dirt track.
Now we wait. Elliott's going to make 2 passes right here. He just passed DiBenedetto. He's passing Keselowski coming onto the front stretch.
Into the braking zone for the chicane.
Elliott's like Patrick Mahomes. He can turn it on whenever he wants.
Making some nice adjustments on that number 9.
Yeah, he's as fast as he's been all night. 10 to go. Still probably needs a caution. He's going to need 1 more caution. So somebody do something.
Let's go back to the restart and watch the 12 of Ryan Blaney.
Blaney and Elliott both shot to the outside immediately.
I think he was moving out there to maybe block some guys from getting to the outside. And the door opened up, and he just drove it on in there. Still locked it up a little bit, but at least this time he was in control.
3rd place is the race.
And Blaney under Kyle Busch for 3rd.
Was as fast as Denny Hamlin before that caution, and he has much fresher tires than these 3 Joe Gibbs Toyota drivers.
Damn, I think Blaney's in the catbird seat, guys. I think Blaney's the guy here with 10 to go. Blaney and Elliott. Truex is worried that he killed the tires when he was up Austin Dillon's ass going to turn 1 on the restart.
When he got into the rear bumper, I think of the 3 of Austin Dillon on that start, getting into turn 1 also there, Quincy. Maybe that's some of what he's talking about.
Let's show you the lockup, the brake lockup here.
Gets on the brakes. Yeah, maybe locked up there.
Yeah, that's pretty significant.
Cut on 2 or 3
Well, good. If he has to pit, that's one less car for Elliott to deal with.
Can see that hood
And he's got damage on the hood from, I think, running into Austin Dillon. Chase Elliott is underneath Austin Dillon for 5th now. Well, he was looking. Dillon got a good run out of the backstretch there.
We'll look at 5th place. Austin Dillon here.
Excuse me. Jesus. Keselowski's smoking into the chicane.
Here's Ryan Newman braking for the chicane on guaranteed rating car camera. Riding with Newman tonight. Clint, we got a tradition at Fox, and we try to do it at least once a telecast.
Is it Crank It Up? The first Crank It Up of the season. Oh. I was going to make that joke. I was like, it's time for a NASCAR on Fox. Shut the fuck up. Let's have a listen. Hey, just because they shut up doesn't mean I'm going to shut up. We're this close to the end of the clash and only one car's out of the race. I'd say this race was a success. You know, Jimmy Johnson, Matt Kenseth were eligible for and Boyer was eligible for this. Tony Stewart wanted to run this. Did you guys hear about that? Tony Stewart wanted to run the clash. But the eligibility is now you had to have raced the previous season. Tony Stewart was going to drive the 14 car in this race. But they wouldn't let him. So fuck you, NASCAR. Because I would have killed to see Tony Stewart in this race. He's never run a NASCAR race on the Daytona Road Course. I know he would have loved it. So Tony Stewart and NASCAR are just not having a good time with each other lately. Have you guys noticed that? Kevin Harvick running back there with Ty Dillon. Says a lot. If anybody's just using this as a test session for 2 weeks from now, it's Harvick. As bad as they ran here last year, we got a car in the back that missed the chicane. That looks like the finish of a super speedway race right there. 3 wide. Jones, Reddick, DiBenedetto going to turn 1. Kurt Busch is bobbling.
Oh, this is not over yet.
They're still 3 wide through turn 1. And Truex is under Hamlin for the lead. And Blaney's there too. 8 laps to go, and we've got a battle for the lead. Truex is hoping those tires will hold up.
You can see Hamlin fought back on the outside because he knew that this
Truex is going to have the angle going to this corner. Hamlin runs him wide. Truex is going to send it. He made this move on Austin Dillon earlier and didn't kill him, so he can get away with it. Hamlin, if he can just stay on Truex's door, is going to have the advantage the next turn. The left-hander coming up. And Ryan Blaney and Chase Elliott are like, yes. Kill each other, please. Ooh, Hamlin missed the apex of the corner, and Truex takes the lead. 8 laps to go, Truex to the lead. Blaney coming through to second. Damn, son.
he's coming because now look at him.
And Chase Elliott has cleared Kyle Busch for 4th.
For second position.
He definitely capitalized on those.
Plenty of time left. It's a big racetrack. Hamlin's dropped to 3rd.
Before that, watch Brad Keselowski in the 2 and Tyler Reddick in the 8.
This is good racing tonight. I'm very happy with this race. This has been fun. Oh, Truex crashed! What the hell? Truex has crashed. Caution's out. Did he get help? Or did he hit the dirt and spin out? Or did the tire go? Blaney's not anywhere near him. He spun out. Wow, Truex just wrecked from the lead on his own.
There's an old saying in road racing, the leader cleans the track for everyone.
Wow.
He gets to drive through all the crap that was put down by every other car the last lap. Man, that's heartbreaking. Crushed. What a drive.
Well, he came from the back twice.
That's nuts.
Mud. That's why they're getting so slick. You've had a lot of rain down here.
When you can see the
Michael, we're in the game. We in there.
right down there, close to the
We are in there, Michael.
where that mud dirt's coming out on the racetrack.
Which is the tougher braking zone?
This has been a really good race.
Chicane on the front stretch.
I've been into the bus stop in a prototype car. It wasn't so hard. I've never been to the chicane.
Well, I think that's a great question, though, Mike.
Can they fix that up for the race in 2 weeks? Or are we just going to let that be a caution waiting to happen?
7 laps to go. Let's bring you up to date. Kevin Harvick goes for a big slide. There's a good bit of damage to his Mustang.
Oh, yeah, Elliott. That's what I said. I'm in the game, baby. Elliott's in third.
Kurt Busch had done the same thing on the prior restart. And
What's this funky-ass music they're playing?
off in there deep. On the competition caution, Martin Truex looking for the pace car or something like it. And Mr. Chicane had to start in the back. Here's Kurt Busch. Going the high wide, and you don't want to do that. Now Cole Custer comes to a stop, grabs a gear, goes about a foot, and then this happens. He's 4 laps down.
And the leader of the race just wrecked. He hit some mud on the side of the track, spun out and crashed with 6 laps to go.
Down and into the wall.
But I think
And now it's going to get
he
good.
had that right rear tire really low, trying to cut that last part of the bus stop. It looked like
And we have a
too
caution.
much mud and dirt on the track there to lose traction.
I don't pit. I'm not pitting.
So Larry, caution out.
Nah, I'm not pitting.
7 laps to go.
I'm not
From a
pitting.
TV standpoint, we got exactly what we wished for. A caution to bunch the field.
I'm not
Pit road
pitting.
to the checker.
Stay out.
One pit road open.
Stay out.
What do you do?
Stay out.
Yeah, Mike, and we've got 19 cars on the lead lap, and we're going to go
Stay
back
out.
to 5 to go. What's interesting is the varying tires that are at the front of the pack. If you look at Ryan Blaney, Chase Elliott, and Alex Bowman, first, third, and fifth, they have the freshest tires.
I'm going to stay out and win the race.
If you're in the top
I don't know who I am, but whoever stays out, if enough guys do it, I'm winning the race.
You've got to stay out. Because again, we're going to go back racing with roughly 5 to go. If you're back there like William Byron, Tyler Reddick, Matt DiBenedetto, absolutely, come get 4 more.
Thanks, Larry. When we said expect the unexpected, we've not been disappointed. Mike Joy, Jeff Gordon, Clint Boyer. Don't know what we're going to see next, but wasn't this what we hoped for? Let's wave the flag with 5 to go and let it rip.
Well, and what makes road racing so much fun is when the cautions come out at the right
There's a
time.
turn on the backstretch of the track.
The strategy, who gets
And
fresher
NASCAR
tires,
is one
who
of the
gets
few types of
track
races that
position.
do
I
this.
think we're
They'll
gonna see that play out.
aggressively run their cars over the curb
Chase Elliott right now.
to
He's
gain
struggling a
time.
little bit here
Other
today,
cars can't
but
do
he
this with
was
these big
coming right
stock
before
cars. They're
that,
big and heavy and
that
they can just
wreck
bounce.
happened with the 19.
But they're working a hole into the grass at the edge of the racetrack and it's built up this pit of dirt and mud. And it slowly made its way onto the track and it's getting slick. And Martin Truex Jr. is leading the race and he hits it and spins out and wrecks. And now they're all going to be bunched up close together with about 5 laps to go.
Start sparking inside the helmet.
I'm not sure we've seen everything Kyle Busch has either. He has driven a very paced race.
You know, Mike Joy and these guys talking about Kyle Busch lately kind of sounds like Andy Petrie talking about Jimmy Johnson in like 2015. I ain't gonna count him out.
More than half the field, I'd say, to pit road.
I told you I'm gonna stay out and win the race because Chase Elliott stayed out. I'm gonna win the race. I just won the race. I stayed out and I'm gonna win the race. Yeah, Denny needed to pit. He wasn't gonna beat Elliott or Blaney. I'm surprised to see Blaney pit. I'm pretty surprised to see Blaney on pit road. But Hamlin was not going to beat Blaney, and he was not going to beat Elliott. This is a good call for them. And now Truex is out of the way, and that's one less tough car for Hamlin. Kyle Busch beats Hamlin out of the pits. And yeah, that Stenhouse paint scheme is sexy. 6 cars stayed out, and one of those 6 will win the race. Staying out was the right decision. To quote George W., it was the right decision now, and it will be the right decision ever. Why can't I mute my television? Thank you, remote.
With what?
Staying out is going to win the race. So remember this. If I was the crew chief tonight, we'd have won the race. If I was your crew chief tonight, we would win the race. Or we'd have a better shot at it than most, because staying out's going to win. Unless there's a lot of cautions, but I don't think there's going to be any more cautions. It's a fucking road course. It would take a pretty bad wreck to get a caution.
I literally have no idea what you're talking about.
Ah! They've worked a lot of commercials into this short-ass race, I'll tell you that much.
So, a lot of guys just pitted for tires, but 6 guys stayed out to get in front, and there's only going to be about 5 laps to go. I told my friends here, if you stay out, you're going to win this race. I don't think there's enough laps for those guys that just pitted for tires to catch up.
You've lived in North Carolina for that long and you can't decipher what I'm saying.
The Daytona 500 Sunday, tonight, 5 laps to settle.
Yes! And we're going to win the race. Chase Elliott's got the lead. You're fucked. You're not catching him. I don't care. I don't care if you got Hoosier tires, Goodyears, Firestones, radials, tread. I don't give a shit. If you don't get a caution, Chase Elliott's going to have about a 3-second lead coming out of turn 2, and it's going to be game over. And I'm going to get my tree fitty. I'm going to get my tree fitty. Now, unfortunately for me, Logano's the one on my bumper this time, Robert, so I'm kind of worried. Ooh, Logano's smoking the tires. He ran into Kurt Busch. Pretty sure, yeah, Logano doored Kurt Busch in turn 1. Now Kurt Busch is in trouble. 5 laps. Chase Elliott, you got to get on that horse and ride because Blaney got a hell of a restart. This low downforce package just improved the racing on this track tenfold. Because the race here last year was just okay. This has felt like a much, much better race, and it's the low downforce that did it.
And what will make it pay off is that 14 of the 20 cars did. So not too much traffic to get through at the front of drivers on older tires.
This could come right down to the end. We're going to find out just how good Chase Elliott is. If Ryan Blaney gets clear of Logano and Buescher fast enough, we're going to find out what kind of road driver Chase Elliott really is. Blaney's under Buescher now. Man, the laps here are so long. You forget that 5 laps you don't think is that much, but it's a long time here. I still like staying out whether I win or not. I'm starting to doubt it because Blaney's up to 3rd. But still, I would have stayed out. If I'm Chase Elliott, I've been in the fucking back all damn night. I'm staying out. Denny Hamlin's in purgatory right now.
Right here with Eric Jones. Still saw so much dirt right there. Having trouble putting the throttle down off of that bus stop. A lot of tires.
Well, he's got a tire rubbed up there. Is that Kurt Busch?
Yeah,
Not surprised he got plowed into by Joe Logano.
Some contact with somebody in turn 1.
Elliott, Logano, 1-2. That's how they finished.
4 to go.
On the Charlotte Roval last year.
And Kurt Busch is coming to pit road with a pretty bad tire rub.
Yeah, heavy damage to the nose of that car.
Outside move for Kyle Busch, and that's Bowman on the inside.
It's going to be the longest 3.5 laps of Elliott's life once Blaney, who was passing Logano right now. Yeah, Blaney on the tires. He got through there so fast.
Joey Logano just got passed by his teammate Blaney. All three Penske
Hey, here comes
cars
Blaney.
had a different approach.
Figures it's not a points race, so Ryan Blaney's going to show up and get it done.
But Joey Logano, you mentioned the damage on the nose from running over the curb earlier. The handling went away on the car, but they didn't give up. Paul Wolf kept working on it. Look at those brake rotors closed. Look right there. You see the screen is completely missing on the front end of that car. They got it in great shape.
Chase Elliott, you're the man. It's going to take some fucking driving, though, to hold off Blaney. They've made great choices with these road courses. And low downforce on the Daytona road course, you're seeing a completely different race than you saw in the summer last year. Remember how much I bitched when they ran high downforce on the road course at Daytona? I was like, give me a fucking break, dude. Tonight, I was validated because this race has been really good. There they are kicking the damn dirt up over there, making a hazard again for the leader. Brad Keselowski off track. Spun out, got it going, he's fine. 3 laps to go this time. Oh, Chris Buescher, look out! And he takes Bowman with him. Woo! Do not throw a caution. Don't you dare. Don't you fucking dare. He can get that thing going again. Don't you dare throw a caution. No caution. Stay green. Fuck y'all. Fuck you. Stay green. What happened here? He got a little nudge from Tyler Reddick, and Buescher turned around and he clipped the 48 into the outside wall. Ow. Well, they'll have to bring a new car back here in 2 weeks to run this race again.
Felt like he had the lane to get to the inside. Buescher blocked it and closed the door, and then Reddick used the chrome horn.
And Blaney is there. He has caught Chase Elliott pretty quick. Not as quick as I honestly thought he would about a lap and a half ago, but he's there. Now, are these two guys going to stupid each other over and let Dickhead win the race? I hope not. I hope Blaney's patient here because he can make the pass without giving this fucking race to Logano by screwing him and Chase over. That 48 car's cursed. It's got to be. It's only one race with Bowman, but it looks a lot like pretty much every race Jimmy Johnson's run the last 3 years.
2.5 to go. Chase Elliott started this race last.
Look at the run Elliott gets. That backstretch chicane, that's how he's going to win this race still. If he can just hang on through the infield portion, they get to that backstretch, Chase still takes up like he gapped him by like 2/10. See how he is through this chicane. He just smoked Ryan Blaney on the backstretch. Ooh, Blaney drove it in hard there. Elliott's beating him out of these chicanes pretty good. 2 laps to go. Elliott's still the leader, but Blaney's right there on his bumper. Logano 3 seconds back. Kyle Busch passes Tyler Reddick for 4th. 4.5 seconds back. Now this is where Blaney's going to get it done right here through the infield. He made up a lot of time through here on the last lap. I'm nervous. Elliott takes a protective line. Blaney goes wide to the outside. He's going to try to arc it and get under him coming out of this corner. He can't quite get there yet. Oh, he is there. Elliott went wide. I think Elliott's got to let him go and cross him over into the next corner. Oh, sideways! Sideways! Oh, and Blaney takes the lead. Holds on to it. Oh, Elliott's sliding on them older tires. What a move, and he didn't wreck him. That's talent. Those guys didn't wreck. That's talent. And Elliott is on Blaney's bumper here. Ooh, Blaney got a great run out of that corner. He's got more grip. The tires aren't going to spin on him like they might spin on Chase as they hit the power. Well, I'll be damned. I was 1 spot away from being correct. I liked staying out, but Blaney just had a hell of a restart and got to the front. Now, here's Elliott's strongest part of the track, and he messed anything up here. Will Blaney choke? Blaney has been prone to choke.
got him the lead. With a lap and a
Elliott hit a lot of grass there. That was a...
Blaney was pretty, conservative.
Elliott was aggressive, and it cost him there. He hit the grass pretty much head on.
Closed up on him.
But then he got a lot of dirt.
He got a lot of dirt in his face, and that slowed him down.
You listened in on Chase Elliott and company.
Ooh, Elliott got a good run into that chicane. Elliott's still on his bumper. We're coming to 1 to go. 1 lap to go.
You got one more lap. That's what you got.
Something stupid could happen here. Did a car spin back there, or am I crazy?
You gotta see some dive balls.
Now this is where Blaney dominates the infield portion.
Big dive ball right there.
Can talent overcome tires?
He's got a fast racer.
The immense road course talent of Chase Elliott.
Stepped up the aggressiveness.
I think if Chase can
Oh, whoa, Blaney missed the corner. He missed it. He missed it. Holy shit. That looks like Tony Stewart and Denny Hamlin at Sonoma. He got a good run off, but he went wide there.
Now you can see.
Kyle Busch is through to third in case these two fuck up bad enough.
all right, off to turn 5.
Blaney is locking up the rotors, and so is Elliott.
A ton of speed in there.
For whatever reason, Blaney cannot get in the corner anymore.
Yeah, when it's-
I think Blaney
when he's-
wore his shit out. I know Elliott's wearing his stuff out right now.
Got him. Get set up here. Go.
Did Elliott save enough?
Huge dive bomb opportunity coming, getting into the bus stop and back straightaway.
So
All right, one lane.
Elliott is closer coming onto the oval track than he was the previous lap. He's better through the 2 chicanes than Blaney. I don't think he'll just flat out run his friend over. He had the chance to run him over a lap ago, and he didn't.
Close up the gap enough here and then get close enough to him out of the bus stop.
This is outstanding racing.
Straightaway.
All right, put the pressure on Blaney. Is Blaney going to choke? He's bobbling.
Lock up there.
Elliott's sliding. He's there. Oh, he's still on Blaney's bumper. He couldn't get to his inside, but he comes out of there nearly on his bumper. This last chicane is going to tell you a lot.
All come down to this
Oh,
braking
boy.
zone.
Come on, Elliott.
Force a mistake is all
Bust
he
your
can
ass. Let's take this.
push him. You know he's going to push him hard. Man, he's got brake. Look how the brakes.
Oh, Elliott gets to his door. Run him. Just run him wide. Just run him wide. Run him wide. Oh, and around goes Blaney. Here comes Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch to the lead. Kyle Busch is going to win it. Oh, my God. Kyle Busch wins the Busch Clash because Elliott and Blaney hooked up on the last lap. Oh, no.
Not tonight, anyway.
Well, that friendship just took a hit.
When Blaney won, remember when Blaney won
Elliott and Blaney
on that
got together, and Blaney spun around, backed it into the wall, and Kyle Busch came through and won the damn race.
You can see why Ryan Blaney was having trouble getting on the corner. Did you see the sparks flying off his rear brakes getting into that last corner of the chicane right there? He couldn't get in. No, it looked like his brakes were coming apart. Big time too hot. Watch the brakes in the back of this
So he
thing.
knows that Chase Elliott's going to try that outside move. Finally gives him enough room. Chase gets in there. Oh man, just really, just door
This
slamming him right in the
is
middle of the
outstanding.
Just throwing sparks off.
Oh my God.
corner. You can see Chase had his hands full there. They were both.
So late in the race.
Man, they won't let us in the coach lot anymore.
Go on, excited down there tonight.
And for the second time, Kyle Busch wins the Busch Clash with a last lap pass. It is 2012. Wow.
My 2 favorite guys were running first and second and wrecked each other in the last turn of the race, and asshole Kyle Busch comes by and wins the race. And the sad thing is, Ryan Blaney and Chase Elliott are best friends, and they just wrecked each other. I'm wondering if there's going to be any confrontation after this.
So you can definitely see Blaney was having big time.
That was outstanding. You got to give it up. The Busch Clash, that was excellent. That was one hell of a race.
Years, he would go in there and get into his buddy. He did.
Well,
I knew if he could get door-to-door Blaney, I'm like, just run him wide. But he couldn't get completely door-to-door. He got like front wheel to side number and hooked him, and there he went. And Kyle Busch came tearing through there, won the race. I hate that those 2 guys got together.
Come on, do it. Do it. Do it. I saw Kyle up in the East Bank.
Good for Kyle Busch. I'm really sad that it was Blaney and Elliott that got together because I know they're friends. I know how close they are. And that has a way of ruining friendships. I don't think it'll ruin their friendship, but it's going to be awkward for a while. Y'all happy NASCAR's back? That was incredible. Yeah, but I don't like road courses. Fuck everybody that ever complained about a road course. That was a great fucking race. What a race. And Joey Logano didn't win. That's all I care about. Kyle Busch. I'm speechless. What do you have to say for yourself, Kyle? That race was hard work. That was an awesome race. Everybody out there was busting their ass. I know Chase feels bad. I'm sure Blaine said. You gonna take a swing at your best friend though?
Wow, what a last lap. We didn't. I don't know. We talked that much about you throughout the course of the night. A quiet night for you, and when it all came down to it, there you are. What did you think when you saw what happened on the last corner there?
I just knew to keep my head down. Keep focused ahead and just seeing if I could hit my marks and get close enough to have a shot like that if something like that were to materialize. And fortunately, it did for us. You know, I can't say enough about Ben B. Shore and this whole M&M's team.
Dude, I kept that in the back of my mind. I was like, these two are probably going to get together. I just had a feeling that was going to happen. That's why I was concerned about Logano being third. Then I saw Kyle Busch got through the third. I was like, okay, that's better than the alternative.
Race with him as your Cup crew chief seems like a pretty good start right there.
Yeah, not too bad. I mean, I've been through.
Blaney and Chase are talking now.
And it always seems to kind of go well for a little while, and then it kind of fizzles out. So you know, it kind of just is what it is in the sport of racing. But you know, we had a great car here tonight. We worked a lot over the winter time and focused.
I wish I could see their faces.
To know that we needed to get better for, you know, race number 2 coming up next week, or 2 weeks.
All right, good luck the rest of this week, Kyle.
10th Clash win by Joe Gibbs Racing.
What a race. That was a great race. I'm so pleased. That race was really awesome.
Kyle Busch the winner, and as you saw in the inset,
oh, man.
Best friends have some fender mending.
Blaney and Chase.
Well, there's no best friends on the last.
I thought Chase had it right here, but Blaney got the power down, and Chase still drove through. And then Kyle Busch gets to his inside, and I'm like, oh, dear. Congratulations, Kyle Busch.
Well,
you won it.
Did not disappoint.
That was fucking great.
We had a wild ending. And, you know, Clint, I did not disagree with you coming out of turn 2. It looked like that was a large gap to make up.
Oh, yeah, no chance. Oh, I was wrong.
Oh, well, hey, that's what you're going to see on road courses, and I love that.
I love road course racing. I fucking love road course racing. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it.
All right, let's hear from Chase Elliott. Jamie?
Well, he led 4 laps tonight. Coming from the back of the field, you put on a fun show for us to watch. But Chase, we just saw you talk to Ryan. We know you guys are good buddies, but there's no points on the line. But he's got the wrecked race car. How do you balance that together?
Well, I mean, neither one of us won. I mean, that's the big one. But yeah, I was close enough to drive it in there, and yeah, I feel like I'd be mad at myself for not at least trying. I mean, obviously, I don't mean to wreck anybody much, especially him. Some guys I wouldn't mind, but he's so,
Joe Logano.
You know, hopefully he's not too mad at me. I feel like you gotta go for it here in an event like this and in a situation. So I can't be sorry about going for the win, but certainly didn't mean to wreck him. Drove in there and yeah, just that corner gets so tight. I didn't want to just completely jump the curve to the right. But I felt like I tried to get over there as far as I could to it, and at that point we were coming together at the same time. But yeah, hate it. We had a fast Lumar Chevrolet in a position to have a shot at it, so we'll try again Sunday.
All right, the 2020 NASCAR Cup champion. Let's go over to Bregan Smith.
Well,
I don't want to hear this race doesn't matter anymore.
I know Chase said he hates that it happened. You guys are battling for the win. He made the move. Give it to me from your perspective.
I mean, yeah, I hate it happened too. It didn't work out for either of us. So, we were just racing hard, and a little bit fresher tires there. We saved the set and got back to second there, and I kind of, this car's really good. I had to use up a lot to get to him, and I tried to protect, and I drove into the last corner really deep to try to make sure I didn't get dive bomb like that, and
that was fucking great.
There, so, what are you gonna do? But I appreciate the Penske boys doing what they do. I missed the turn one over there, leading earlier. And,
yeah, I'm happy with the race, DFS. I mean, I was cheering for Chase. I like Blaney a lot too. I was cheering for Chase. I'm just glad we were thoroughly entertained throughout.
All right, thanks, Ryan.
That was an awesome race.
Thanks, Regan. It's the Busch Clash. You've got to go for it.
Well, and you heard him say he used everything up, Ryan Blaney did, to get the lead from
Chase Elliott is such a ridiculously talented driver. Blaney is too. But for Chase to even be able to hang with a guy with fresher tires at that point in the race.
Kyle Busch led the last, 300 or 400 feet, all the way to the finish line.
Great.
We're here from the studio after this. You're watching the Busch Clash on FS1. It never disappoints.
And
Very disappointed.
please let that set the tone for 2021. You know, looking back on last year, I would say last year's Busch Clash damn sure set the tone that was the dumpster fire of 2020 that I'm so glad that we lived through. Not happy that we went through it, but I would say last year's Busch Clash was definitely a harbinger of doom. But Jesus, man, what a race. I guess I'm going to go ahead and get off here. All the pomp and circumstances over. It's just about 9 o'clock. I might have work tomorrow. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing tomorrow, but you guys will see me Thursday for damn sure. You were going to see me anyway, but after that, it's like, oh boy, I can't wait till Thursday because I want to watch more races. That was fun. Too short, but it was good that it was short because the urgency and the intensity were picking up pretty fast. So have a good night, guys. I hope you were thoroughly entertained as I was.